It's freaking September, y'all. Where did the year go? Okay, I have something for you. And we're going to be talking about why your business may not be having consistent sales, because you may be worried about that, or at least thinking about that as we're approaching the holidays. And most people have the infamous thought that when the holidays come around, that means that people get busy and they don't buy. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we can have more cash during the holidays and how you can have a business strategy that is going to align with the life that you want to live. And I'm mostly talking here to my spiritual entrepreneurs, that woman who loves her morning ritual. She pours all her love into her morning ritual to totally get into the vibe of it all, me included, right? We have our crystal grids, we have our essential oils, we have our candles, all the things. And we are really heavily relying on manifestation to help us reach our goals, which there is nothing wrong with manifestation, because as you know, I love manifesting the heck out of some things, right? But we also need some business strategy with that. If you know my approach when it comes to manifestation, it's about, yes, leaning in and leaning back, right? Just knowing when to lean in and when to lean back. But we're not going to go through all that right now. I want to know, have you been, doing all the things when it comes to manifestation and building the business that you want and taking action towards your goals? Maybe you wake up in the mornings and you light a candle, you do some journaling, maybe you tap, you calm your mind. You want to make sure that your day gets started off really well. But maybe, you do all of that and then you take action in your business. And maybe you just recently launched something. Maybe you launched a coaching program, or maybe you launched a new product or a new service or something, and it's just not going the way you want it to go. And maybe now that it's not going the way you wanted to go, you're like, oh my gosh, let me readjust my pricing. So-and-so gave me this feedback about my pricing, and they assume that because I'm into the spiritual stuff that I'm going to have inflated pricing, and I don't want people to think that, because I'm still down to earth, I'm still practical. Let me readjust my pricing just so someone can get into this. And that gets you all flustered, stressing you out. It puts stress on the frontal lobe, and then all goes logic and reasoning and all the things. And our brain is just trying to keep us safe, when really it's just what is hurting our bottom line. So that's when the business strategy stuff comes in, right? And that's when I like to blend the business strategy with the mindset organization so that we can get to our goals most efficiently. So if you're burnt out from all the things that you've been doing to grow your business and you're like, I just want a freaking break, well, then this is for you. So let's look at my little thing here that I came up with that to me best explains our mindset, like the way we perceive and organize information as we go towards our goals, and how we do life. So when we blend both personal and business life, how we do things, and why we may not get to our goals as quickly as we want, or maybe not at all. Because again, we're doing all the manifesting woo-woo stuff to feel good, but then that business strategy part is like, oh gosh, there's so much to do, and we overcomplicate it. And then sometimes what that ends up happening is that our brain's like, wait, no, this is too much. Let's just be safe. Let's go and watch some Netflix. And oh gosh, that's so really overwhelming. I don't want to deal with that. I want to avoid it. Well, let's not do that. I want to show you how simple that reaching your goals can actually be, and what you perceive as something overwhelming and a lot to do is actually just like a tiny bit of like I guess you want to call it like a little gap or something, right? So it's not a big old gap as you may have perceived from you and where your goals are at. So let's get to that. All right, hopefully you can see this here. So this might be a little bit backwards here, but this is you, okay? And this is your goal here. And before people come into the Profitable CEO Accelerator, if Shelly's on here, she's going to be able to contest this. If Carolyn's on here and Nancy, they all can contest this. I don't know if anyone who else is on here, but anyways, so this is what happens. We, right now, as women, as moms, as entrepreneurs, as wives and all the things, we fill our box with all the things that everyone else wants us to do. The shoulds, we should be doing this. but I really want to do this because I love these people. All the things of like, well, I need to do this so that way I can be able to do this and all that stuff, right? We allow people to penetrate our boundaries and we prioritize other people over ourselves. So there's a lot of shit that's happening right there, right? So our brain is saying, okay, this is on our to-do list. Holy shit, there's a lot of things. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go and watch Netflix for a little bit and I'll get back to it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes like, oh God, I just added something else to that box. Oh, that's not bad. That's not gonna be helpful. But then this path right here, this is when you learn to simplify and you learn to prioritize. And I really wish I could pause the live video because Albert just walked in. Hey, bud. Okay, give me a second, okay? So when we have a box filled like that, our pathway to our goal looks like this. It's a line, and everything we have to do is a stopping point that gets us out of alignment, that gets us out of flow and momentum. And so it's like restarting and rebooting every single time because we have all these shoulds and all the things that we have to do, and we stop. But when we understand we get really clear on some things, like who we are, what we really want, what's really in our way, what do people want, what do they really, really want, not just, externally, problems that they want to solve, what do they want to, solve internally. I talked about this in the past live, and then the problem, our offer solves, all the things, right? When we get clear on those things, then we realize, wait a minute, I'm doing extra stuff that I don't need to be able to, or I don't need to do, right? And then we start extracting things. Oliver, we start extracting things from our to-do list. And all of a sudden it becomes, oh, what a relief. I don't have to do all those things to grow my business. I don't have to be everywhere. You just do one thing. And from this I can do all the other things. Oh my gosh. So that's what happens when you get really, really clear. It builds confidence. It builds relief. It creates spaciousness. It creates more time for you to do the things that you need to do. And you're actually doing less because you're doing the right things. You're doing the right things that are going to get you to where you want to go. So, excuse me. I had a huge distraction. I wasn't expecting that. So, let me tell you what you're missing out on. When you're feeling too much onto your plate and you're not being strategic about what is going to get you to where you want to go. Yes, we want to feel good and do all the woo-woo stuff, but we also need to have some practicality here, right? So what you're missing out on is you're missing out on the recurring revenue. Instead, you're experiencing feast and famine. You're experiencing like, oh gosh, I'm going to run. Like, because think about it. When you get too much into the leaning back, then you're like, holy shit, I haven't done anything. Let me hustle, all right? Let me hustle and make sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do so I can be able to make the money. And then you're like, oh, I'm exhausted. I just need to rest. And they're like, oh my gosh, let me hustle again. So, everyone wants to interrupt. So, you can't experience that recurring revenue because your brain is on like stress mode of like, okay, how do I refill this? How do I refill this? Instead of, wait a minute, if I want to get here, how can I make sure that I'm filling the bucket, the cash bucket, right? And I'm making sure that I'm setting up my next step to refill it again so I'm not working so much. How can I work smarter and not harder? Another thing that you're missing out on, because whenever you're focused on, okay, holy crap, I gotta reboot this thing again, I gotta make more cash, well then you're taking away time from the people that you want to spend time with. You're taking away time from you, who needs that self-care, who needs that pause, right? So you are missing out on hours of free time. Instead, you have more hours of stress time. We don't want that. Another thing that you're missing out on when this is not strategic with a dash of flow is that you're missing out on the bigger impact and influence that your business can make and you can make. Now, before you say, I don't want to be famous, I don't want everyone's eyes on me, I'm too afraid of visibility, I'm not talking about being famous or highly visible. I'm talking about just simply making an impact in your customer, your client's life where they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you for, I saw Misty on here. Thank you, Misty, for helping me find my dream home and making it a smooth transition. I was going through a lot because of this move. Or maybe the move was the reason why, maybe she had to move because she was going through a life change. But thank you, Misty, because you made this an easy process. See, just that's impact right there. And then what happens is that you get that influence. Misty, you helped me out so much. I have a friend that's going through a similar situation. She's going through a divorce too. I want to refer you to her so you can help her. So impact and influence is not about, just fame. So that's when your cosmic plan from the Profitable CEO Accelerator comes in. And I kind of messed things up here, which is perfectly fine because I think it's backwards for you. So what does that cosmic plan look like? This is, whether you are a spiritual or woo-woo person, it doesn't really matter, because these are essential pieces for any successful business. So as an entrepreneur, having mindful marketing. Mindful marketing means that you don't have the sleaziness that makes you not even want to show up for it, right? That doesn't feel good for you, doesn't feel good for the other people. We have more mindfulness marketing that attracts the right people, attracts the vibe that we want to put out there. And so we are into the headspace of like, wait a minute, if I'm frazzled all the time and I'm stressed out, I'm going to put that into my marketing and I'm going to attract those people. And those people are going to be a pain in the freaking ass to work with. We don't want that, right? Another thing that we do as part of your cosmic plan inside the accelerator is that we practice holistic sales strategies. And it's different from what you think of like, oh, this is like a sales, script and all the things. No, it's about selling in a way that feels good. It's about showing up and being so passionate about what you're doing, what you're selling, that it doesn't feel like it's selling to you and it doesn't feel like it's selling to those other people. There's like, dang, she's really passionate about this and she's getting me lit up and excited about it. She's making me believe that I can do this. And you know what? I can do this. That right there is the power of good selling and loving what you're doing and what you're selling. And the last thing is energetic efficiency. Because who wants to have a business where it's just like being in a 9-to-5? You work a lot of hours and you barely get any paid and you have all these things ruling you. No, if you're the CEO of your business, we want to make sure that you get to choose how you spend your time, how you spend your resources. So your focus, your energy, all the things. And that's through energetic efficiency. So which means it's more time for you, more time for the things you love, and then more time to scale your business, because then you're getting more resources so that you can outsource the things that you don't want to do. Because I know that not everyone wants to do the sales and the marketing, right? But sometimes we got to do them first so that we can work in our zone of genius, so that we can be the person bringing them in or servicing our people, and then we can have the team that supports us. So if you didn't notice yesterday, which I'm sure you did because I keep talking about it, it's like my little baby. Yesterday, I opened up doors to the Profitable CEO Accelerator. And so for the next, I think I put 5 people, the email went out today. When you sign up, the next 3 to 5 people, check your email for this. You get a human design sales and marketing business blueprint for yourself when you sign up. And when you sign up, you get 1-year access if you pay in full for the entire year of the Profitable CEO Accelerator, which is a community. It's not something where you're learning. It's something where you come in and you take action. You're getting group coaching. You're getting my eyes on your business. You're getting the mindset coaching of like, hey, let's talk through these things. Let's work through these things so that you feel good about taking action. So it's a community. And so when you do sign up and you pay in full for the 12 months, you also get 1 year access to Liz Wilcox's email marketing membership. And right there is going to save you a shit ton of time, especially if you're growing your email, because not only is it going to save you time of like trying to figure out what to say, because she gives you email templates and does group coaching once per month, but it's high converting emails, meaning that as you're doing the things that you got to do, your % return on investment. For every $1 that you spend on email marketing, you get $42 in return. So those people are thinking that they need to just focus on social media. Honey, because not very many people see your social media posts. I had like 2 people come in and go in and out of this. So it's email marketing is where it's at if you really want to set the foundation for more cash in your business. All right, I'm going to drop the link for you to be able to join the accelerator, because you're going to want to join. It's going to be a total vibe. And yes, I'm always this excited.